Hi, this is Freya from Otherworldly, and today it is December 8th, and the 8th of the month means Deco Crate Day. And this is the second of the Deco Crate subscription boxes from Mad P, and since I quite liked the November round, I decided to sign up for the December box as well. And we're going to take a look at it. It has the theme of Winter Nostalgia, and that is why I have set up this wintry section of the sim, or rather, this is actually a sky landscape from Landscapes Unlimited. I picked up their Fat Pack when it was at 90% off for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, so got all of their new mesh terrains and sky landscapes and surrounds. So it's actually using a land level surround, but it works pretty well in the sky as well. And there's a HUD for changing these mesh landscapes for all 4 seasons. So it was easy to go from autumn to winter with a click, and the same with the surround. Took that from autumn to winter, and voila, we have our winter sim. And plenty of space to res out things. I'm going to be showing a lot of the other Landscape Unlimited pieces over coming videos, I expect, because they're great for doing these quick setups. It's quite quick to set something up and have a new place to unpack things, because now that we've had upped prim limit on the Sims, the ground level is starting to get a little full, and I've got some building projects going on there as well. I also decided to put something wintry on. I haven't done too much wintry shopping yet, and very little in the way of modern clothing. I really do need to shape up in that area, but this Freya fur gown from Devious Mind, I thought that one would fit nicely. And I've got on a hair from Wasabi Pills, which is out at Collaborate. I haven't tried to beat my way in there yet. That was a review copy, and I'll have to tackle that at a later point. And then I have on, I'm also going to zoom in and give you a look at the skein necklace from the plastic, which is available at the Liaison Collaborative. And you've got, it comes with a HUD with, I think it's over 20 different, gorgeous different gemstones, and about 10 or so different metal options. So that's a lovely touch. This little choker will be easy to match to just about anything. And my skin is an older skin by Pixel for standard heads. It's called Aurora, and this is a pale special version that was done for some event. Not in a mesh head again, still waiting for a good bento head that will suit me. Hope that now that bento is fully out, that will happen soon. But with that, I think we should dive into this month's Deco Crate, and I'm going to start off by just collapsing up a few things and going into my objects and pulling out the Deco Crate. And it is a crate. The Deco Crate Monthly Mystery Crate. And I'm just going to quickly go over this because it's obviously the same from every month, but you know, you might have somebody who hasn't seen this before. So you got all your different designers here. You got a choice to unpack all, or you click the individual boxes to unpack individual designers. And you can also join the in-world group where you can chat about the items, or you can have the chance to get previews, and sometimes they have competitions to win next month's. So that's not bad at all. So I'm going to quickly give a rundown of what we have this month. We have Chesmois, Revival, Keke, Ariskea, Stockholm Lima, Schultz Bros, Norris, Nomad and Goose, Sorry, Backbone, Vagabond, Pew Pew, Serenity Style, and Cheeky P. I believe there was a last minute replacement. I think Serenity Style went in for somebody. Don't quite recall who they replaced. So there we have it. And I've already done an unboxing and put them into a folder, so I will be a little less disorganized. And I think we will start at the bottom, so we will start with Chez Moi Furniture and their L'amour Carriage. Shall see what we've got here. And we have something that comes in an adult and a PG version. And I'll be using the adult because that'll have more posters most likely and can give you a sense of what it's got. So we have this bicycle drawn carriage, and we have some cozy pillows inside, and I am guessing that this can be sat on. Yes, indeed. Not on the bike itself, so you're not going to have anyone driving you, it seems. And you have single female, single male, love and sex poses. Just to give a sense of what we've got, we have a range of sits here. Obviously I have a dress on, so I tend to avoid them for these sort of things, but it was winter and everything, so I wanted something cozy, because obviously a lot of poses do get a little clunky with a long dress like that. But that's quite nice. There you can be out for your ride in your carriage. And obviously a similar selection, I'm guessing, for the male poses. Yes, 10 of those. And we have love poses, and we have 20 of those, so that's a nice selection of couple poses. And then we have the sexy ones, which are more descriptive, and we have 3 menus of those, it seems. Yes, no, 4 menus actually. So that's a lot of oddness that you can get up to in this carriage, which means it's probably just as well that there is no driver, and we'll have to hope it's parked in some secluded area. Could get a little cold, admittedly, with the winter theme and everything, but perhaps there should have been a blanket in there with the pillows. We have Revival, and their item is called the Sad Tree. And that might fit with the nostalgia bit of the Winter Nostaglia theme, I think. And we have a couple of options here. We have a bin of lights, and we have a dark and a light tree, and one that's called Deco, so it might just be decorative. And then I see, and this one then comes actually with pillows, so I'm guessing that there are poses here as well. Indeed. And I'm female, so I should switch to that. And apparently it's I have to take off my pose, which I use to look silly when I'm standing around. And this obviously doesn't work so well with a dress, because I just look very bundled up. But there are poses. I'll put that back on here. And you have a selection of female poses, there were male poses, and then there were couple poses as well. And obviously this would probably be more of an outdoor decoration given the bins and the Christmas lights in the bin. So, but a nice cozy little touch, and a nice height as well for having it just as a decorative element. So that is the item from Revival. And then we have the item from Ariskea, which is called, I'm gonna guess that's a garland and a plant. Yes, there is this garland. And would that be myrtle, maybe? Anyway, we're gonna see what we have here. We have 2 decorative pieces. We have this garland, which is you have your red berries and your green leaves and a wooden frame, so that's something that might go on a windowsill. And then this lovely decoration of red berries and in a beautiful vase, but sort of kind of shabby, chic sort of feel to it, and that would actually look really nice in RL as well. Too bad I can't just print one out. So those will be nice decorations for your Christmas homes. Let's see what else we've got. I think I'm having peeked at the names here that we're getting a bit of mix of actual builds and decorations, so that's a nice option. And then we have Stockholm and Lima, and they have something called the Bennington chairs in green and red. And I'm gonna pick the red, I think. And they both are classic Christmas colors, and this is an elegant wooden chair with a red plaid. Very nice. Definitely something to cozy up with in winter. And we shall see what we have. We have male and female poses. Alas, only single poses. I had kind of hoped when I saw Stockholm and Lima that we might get something naughtier, because they do a lot of naughtier furniture. Not that I can show it on this on these videos, but they're fun to play with. But this is a very nice chair, and some nice sits. Work pretty well actually with the dress as well, which means that the pelvis rotation, I think, is in a good position for not poofing up the dress too much. And we'll see what we've got next. Back down we go, and we have what looks like a build. We have the Cozy Winter Cabin from Schultz Bros. And there packages a little house. I don't think it's the actual house that's inside it though, because I think it was the same last time. And I managed to not rest that on top of me, and this is indeed quite a wintry cabin. You have snow on the roof and around the windows. You got your icicle hanging up there, ready to drop down and kill you. And you have a door here, first floor, stairs up, zoom around, get you upstairs. You can look out on the winter landscape, maybe decorated with some of the pieces that we've seen. The chair perhaps would go well in here. No windowsill for the garland, but you could definitely put out the berries. A lot of windows, easy to get some nice views, easy to get light in for photos. Excellent. And we'll be jumping back a little bit here because I see that I managed to forget the little winter tree from Kiki, so I'm gonna have to grab this one now. And that one had something in it that was no copy. I'm guessing that is the I'll take the item there, but I guess that is the texture though, yes. And the tree itself decides that it wants to be up and floating in the air, so press that down, pull that down, there we go. And it's a nice bare winter tree with red Christmas decorations hanging from it. Looks very pretty in this white landscape, very nice and stark. So fairly simple, but a nice decoration to have outside of a Christmassy window, for example. So that's a little bit out of order. I try to get everything in order, but there you have it. Next up after Schultz Bros, we have Norris, and we have the Valerie bed. Last, it says it's PG, so no naughtiness to be expected here either, but let's see what we have. We have quite a nice looking bed and a little side table as well, it seems. Yes, we do. And here we go, and the side table on the side. Very nice. A nice padded headboard, clean, light colors. give your bedroom a nice wintry feel, maybe accent it with some red for Christmas. We'll see what sort of posters we've got. We have some single posters, not should be lying around in the dress, perhaps. We do have some sits as well, and they're on the side of the bed, which is nice. Doesn't often include that, and that's good for photos because sometimes it can be a little tricky to photo downwards on a bed like that. Actually, my feet are sticking out of my dress in all sorts of weird places, but that might work. And then we have the little side table, and I see we actually had a range of cuddles as well and some massages, and so there's some couple things to do. Don't have a dummy right now, but there's some fun stuff to do even without the naughtier bits. So we shall get up from this, and after Norris we have Nomad, the workshop. That sounds intriguing. Conveyor belt? Alright. Oh, I see. It's kind of a bit of an old factory thing going on here. That looks really intriguing. It also looks very big. Let me see here. Make sure it don't end up inside it. Try anyway. Or is it over here? I just managed to stay outside. And this has some lovely detailing. It's a full-on build. And I guess the idea is that it's this cleaned up industrial workshop, old factory. The brick is lovely. The windows are really beautiful. And here you have your entrance. Oh, okay, that's actually the configuration for the door. So you have some setup for doing who can control it, which I will have to figure out. And oh, and here, now this is the main entrance, I guess. You've got these lovely doors with detailing on the window panes. That's beautiful. And I'm gonna rest out the add-ons that we have as well. I'll do that outside though. We have a cart, and we have a conveyor belt. I guess you could repurpose that as a table, maybe put some decorations in on it, and same with the cart. Whereas the workshop slide and conveyor belt might be a little hard to repurpose as anything, but it is a nice touch. So this is a really cool build, I think. And I would have to say this is my favorite. I can see how it captures the nostalgia. Maybe not so much the winter part, but I do like this one, and I can definitely see some uses for that. So that was Nomad, and they're in the lead so far, I think. That's it. Then we have Goose, and there's no clue in the name what we've got from Goose, but it unpacked it. No, it didn't unpack itself. I thought it did. There we go. We have window starlights and wooden Christmas trains. These sound like decorations, and yes, they are. And they are currently turned away. So we have your little train bringing Christmas, another window decoration perhaps, or in the middle of a table. And then we've got these sparkly lights. Don't know if they turn on or off. This seems to be something that's clickable, but I don't see a change in the lightings. I think they're on all the time. And then these could go in any window, really, like maybe not the industrial one, but the Schultz Bros cottage thing. I think that one could work. It had some tall windows. See if I can manage to delete that without deleting my terrain. I was successful, yay. So that was Goose, and we're down on the home stretch now, and I think we're getting another build, because Sari's item is called My Winter Attic. And yeah, I'll see what your winter attic might look like. And this is a more of a skybox, because, or does it have an actual entrance? Because it does have actual windows where you, and has a bit of a snow effect around it. But no, let me see here. The door is fake, so it is more of a skybox. It's fairly clean, simple inside. The snow detail is lovely. That really adds something when you're looking out the window, I think. The frosting on the windows as well. That makes for an absolutely beautiful winter scene like this. Very nice. I do like the snow detail. That makes it quite easy to get a bit of a Christmassy feel. So that will go very well, I think, with some of the decorations that we've seen and some of the furnishings. You can definitely see the bed in there and the chair. I do like when you can combine some of the things from the crate together. That's one of the advantages, I think, with having a themed crate. And here it says like we might get some more decorations. We have the Backbones Winter Bar Cart. That one got itself unwrapped. And here we look to have a lot of little decorations. Plus a note card. Okay, so you can have the items individually, or I guess on this full bar cart. Getting a little closer here. So here you have a mix of Christmassy decorations. Don't know if do the candles light? Ah, the candles light. Can you get a peppermint stick? Sadly no, but you can. Oh, you can light the sparklers on the cake. Oh, that's awesome. We used to have those for New Year all the time, and we did cakes. We'd put those in and carry in for New Year. That's really cool. I like that. You have your wine glasses and your champagne. And so you can use all of these individual. Oh, I love those sparklers. That really does the winter nostalgia thing for me, I have to admit. That's spot on. That's very nice. So that's Backbone. And we're down to 4. And I'm gonna get myself turned around and ready for Vagabond. Florence's Sleigh. Oh, and that one rest out right away. And we have an old sleigh and an old sack, an old potato sack. And I'm guessing we have some poses here. I see, so your legs are hidden under here and you sit in your, well, except my skirt pokes out, of course. Make you sit there in your, and then you can take a nap, or you can have a sneeze, apparently, which might happen if you're out too long. This might be nice to have outside of a house as a wintry touch. That's quite a nice long animation. So there's a bit of a selection here, that's cool. And they're probably not an indoor thing because you do have the blanket and such, so something to sit in your garden, maybe have a mug of something hot. From Pew Pew comes the Hot Chalet, and that sounds like we might have another build on our hands. I'll build in a couple of pieces. I'm not sure how big that will be. Give myself some more room. And I still managed to rest it right on top of myself. Well, that's how it goes. So here we have a wooden chalet, and we have a nice decorative door. Somehow I'd rest a little bit on. I'm just gonna have to move myself out of there. It is rest a bit in the air, but that will have to do for now. Since there are several pieces, I'll probably end up not getting something moved. You have your snow cover on the roofs. It's definitely a winter build. This nice windowsill you could put some decorations on. And this is maybe, you know, a little bit of a ski lodge kind of thing. You know, you're up in the mountains skiing, and this is where you go in to warm yourself and have a hot drink, maybe something to eat, and then you go back on the slopes. I haven't been skiing for ages, but every time I see snow and such, I get in a mood to do that. So that is Pew Pew's item, and we shall see what happens here, what I get left with. I get left with a bunch of doors and windows, so, and a frame, it seems. Strange, it appears to have some invisible parts to it, but there we go. That should be it. And back to the last two items, and that is Serenity Style and Cheeky Peas. So Serenity Style first, and we have the warm winter set. So we have a little tray with hot cocoa and cream, I think. And then we have these little poofs, one with a blanket. I'll give you a closer look at that. We'll rest out the various options. We've got the one with the blanket, without the blanket, sorry, and with the blanket. And the tray, put that one there. And we go in, and we have our little cookies on the tray, and our little reindeer mugs. I'll have a sit here. And we have a drink option here, so, and there it actually auto attaches a mug, one of the reindeer mugs. And this dress really isn't cooperating. Maybe we'll have to acquire some winter clothing that don't have huge skirts. But that's a cute little set that should complement some of the others quite nicely. Serenity Style, I believe, did already say that they were a late replacement, so it's quite nice of them to get together this cute little set on what I would presume is a fairly short notice. And then finally we have Cheeky Peas Snowflake Sledge Chase. And it also says that it's just PD. What is it restricting us to PD? It already unpacked itself as well. Don't need two of them. And here we have a wooden sleigh, little blankets, and lights on them. And let me see, do the lights do anything? No, I don't think so. But maybe that. We have singles and we have couples, so we can sprawl on this thing like that in a wintry landscape, or you can read, you can do your manicure. If you're feeling a little... Oh, now my animations are being in the way again, so we'll take those off. And here. If you're feeling a little faint after all the work for the holidays, you might just have to lie down and fan yourself and have somebody bring yourself something nice, some chocolate, some hot chocolate. I think I'm chocolatey today and every day. Thinking about all those Christmas chocolates. Let me see what else we have. We do have some couple posters, even if they're not of the naughty variety. So we have a couple of menus, 2 menus of that, yes. Alright, so that's it for the Deco Crate for December 2016. We've gone through the 15 designers, and the theme was Winter Nostaglia, which I think most of them hit pretty well. Oddly enough, I'd say that my favorite item was probably the one that had the least of the Winter Nostalgia feel, which was the workshop from Nomad. It was the most impressive, but there were definitely some more pretty things. A nice selection of builds, so that is great value for money if you subscribed at the 1,500 Linden price, which was up until the crate delivered. Now it's going to be 3,000 to get it afterwards, but with that amount of builds and the various items that have poses in them, that adds up pretty quickly. I would like to see full versions, as in adult and PG versions, admittedly, of things like the bed, for example. Maybe not necessary for the sledge, but it does give that added variety, and but I understand those poses are... it takes time to fit the extra poses. You might need more to get more poses for them, and then it's might be too much to invest into these items. But when I buy individual items, I never buy the PG item if there's a choice between adult and PG, because you never know when you want to have those extra poses for something. Other than that, I think that everything was really well made, and really nice texturing, capturing the feel of the theme, as I said. Obviously means that, like, the builds and such, you only have a snow option rather than having an option without the snow, but that doesn't really matter. I think that having them specialized to that is perfectly fine for this sort of set. I'll be very interested in seeing what is next for Deco Crate. I'll do what I did last time with that one too, I think, and look at the previews. I want there to be something on the previews to grab my interest, and not just go in entirely blind. Maybe it's not the sort of thing that I should be grabbing every month. We'll see, because obviously you do load up on a lot of builds, and I want to feel that I have time to use them all. There's still some from the autumn crate that I haven't actually used yet, but I think that for having a nice variety of things that still go together well, these Deco crates are excellent, and I think the theming of it is an essential part. So I'm glad that the designers are staying pretty close to the theme and sort of getting a similar feel across. Obviously means that they've made a good selection of designers that in some senses fit together. So that's it for my second Deco Crate unboxing, and next unboxing and probably next video, we'll see how much time I have with, baking for the holidays and some Christmas shopping and everything, will probably be the treasure chest on the 15th.